December was usually a time of frosty mornings and bustling streets blanketed in snow. But this year, however, something felt off. The air was crisp, the lights in the town square twinkled, and the Christmas market buzzed with life. But there was no snow. For as long as anyone could remember, the heart of the square was marked by a giant snowman. It wasn't just a pile of snow, it was a tradition, a beacon of joy crafted by the children and neighbors alike. Without him, the square felt strangely empty. Anna, an 8-year-old with a wild imagination and a pair of bright red mittens, stood where the snowman should have been. She tilted her head, staring at the bare cobblestone. "It doesn't feel like Christmas without him," she whispered, gripping her older brother's Matei's hand. Matei, ever the practical 13-year-old, shrugged. "It's just snow, Anna. We will have the tree and the lights." Anna shook her head, her braids swinging. "It's not just snow, it's magic. The snowman means something. He makes everyone happy." Her voice wavered as Matei glanced at her. Anna wasn't the type to cry, but he could see the tears brimming in her eyes. That night, Anna sat down by the window, staring out into the clear starry sky. "Mama," she said softly, "what if Christmas doesn't come because there's no snow?" Her mother looked up from her knitting, startled. "Oh, sweetheart, Christmas isn't about snow. It's about love, family, and kindness." "But the snowman," Anna insisted. "He's part of it too." Her mother knelt beside her, brushing a stray hair from Anna's face. "Then, maybe instead of waiting, we should do something about it." The next morning, Anna was on a mission. She and Matei went door to door, explaining her plan to her neighbors. "Meet us in the square at 6 o'clock, she said earnestly. "We're going to wish for snow together. If we all wish, it has to work." The neighbors listened, smiled, their expression a mix of skepticism and affection. "Wishing for snow? That's a first," said Mr. Popescu, the gruff baker. "She's just a child," his wife replied with a soft smile. "But what harm is there in trying? She's got such a spark in her eyes, it will be cruel to say no. Besides, it could actually be fun." Word spread quickly. By the time 6 o'clock arrived, a small crowd had gathered in the square. People brought lanterns that cast a golden glow over the cobblestones. Someone had set up a thermos of tea, and another had brought a tray of gingerbread cookies. Anna stood on an old wooden crate in the center, her cheeks flushed with excitement. "Close your eyes," she instructed, her hands lifting in the air with excitement, and her voice ringing clear in the crisp air. "Think about snowflakes falling, covering everything. Think about the biggest, happiest snowman standing right here." The crowd chuckled but did as she asked, amused by her determination. Some whispered wishes into the air while others stood quietly soaking in the moment. For a few minutes the square was silent, except for the faint sound of distant bells. When they opened their eyes, nothing had changed. The sky was still clear and the ground was still bare. People exchanged awkward smiles, unsure of what to say. "Well," said Mr. Popescu, "at least we tried." But something had shifted. The neighbors didn't leave right away. They stayed, sharing tea and cookies, laughing and telling stories. Someone brought out a guitar, and soon the square was filled with music and singing. Anna sat on a bench, nibbling on a gingerbread cookie. She watched as people talked and laughed, their faces lit by the warm lantern light. Even without snow, the square felt alive, full of the same joy she had hoped for. Just as the group began to disperse, someone gasped, "Look!" A single snowflake drifted down, landing softly on Anna's mitten. She stared at it, her eyes wide with wonder. Then another flake fell, and another. Within minutes, snow was swirling in the air, blanketing the square in shimmering white. The crowd erupted in cheers. "Snow!" Anna cried, jumping to her feet. Children rushed to roll snowballs, and adults, caught up in the excitement, joined in. They worked together, laughing and chatting as they built the long-awaited snowman. They gave him a carrot nose, button eyes, and a scarf donated by the baker's wife. As the snowman stood tall in the center of the square, people couldn't help but marvel. "What are the odds?" someone murmured. "It's funny how the timing was perfect," said another. "I bet it was in the weather report," someone grumbled. But others shook their heads. "Maybe it's just one of those things," they said softly, their voices tinged with awe. As they watched the children playing, something stirred in the adults. It was a feeling that they hadn't had in years, a spark of childish wonder, a reminder of what it felt like to believe in magic. Anna climbed on her father's back as the evening wound down, her mittened hands clutching his shoulders. As they passed the snowman, she turned and waved. "Merry Christmas, Mr. Snowman," she called out. For a moment, the snow seemed to sparkle just a little bit brighter, and though no one could say for sure, some swore the snowman winked. My stories bring a little magic or comfort to your day. I would love it if you would like, share, and subscribe. This simple gesture helps me create even more heartfelt stories for everyone to enjoy. If you'd like to support me further, your wish or gift of gratitude would mean so much. You can scan the QR code or visit the link in the description to show your support. Every little bit makes a difference. Thank you, and I wish you the most magical and inspiring holiday season.